What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It is 7:20 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will be hanging out with you guys for probably 30 minutes. I'm going to say 30 minutes. This is a very quiet song, so it might be super loud. We'll see when it starts to ramp up. But welcome to the stream, guys. Good to see everybody. I streamed earlier. I was going to do some Battlefront 2 tonight, but I am a little tired, and I just feel like sitting back, hanging out, shooting the shit, and enjoying a little downtime. 30 minutes of hanging out. Joey, thank you so much. Joey Farrell, thank you so much for coming in with the first super chat of the stream. I greatly appreciate that, man. Joey says, hey, HG, with Thrawn Treason being released tomorrow, actually didn't know it was coming out tomorrow. Are you going to be reading it? Have you read the last two in this new Thrawn trilogy? I've read the first one, Joe. I have not read Alliances. Is that what it's called? Let's see. Isn't it called Alliances? Yeah, Alliances. Is that right? Yeah, Thrawn Alliances. I have not read that one. Obviously, I haven't read Treason either. I did enjoy the first one. I did enjoy Thrawn. It was, the last time I read Heir to the Empire, I was probably in, I don't even know, 6th grade. I was in middle school, maybe at the oldest. I mean, it might have been tail end of elementary school. That's the last time I picked up the book. I still own it, but I barely remember anything from it. So this was basically more than two decades, new introduction to Thrawn. I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite modern canon novel. That award goes to Bloodline so far. But yeah, eventually I will get around to reading it, Joey. My thing is I usually read a Star Wars book and then read a not Star Wars book anything else other than Star Wars. So I usually go Star Wars, something else, Star Wars, something else, Star Wars, something else. I have a hard time reading back-to-back Star Wars books, especially like back-to-back sequels. I don't know why, but I need kind of a break from what I just read, and I need to read something else and then pick up later on in the story down the road when I go back to, you know, the same franchise, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's a weird tick I have, but nope. So the only canon books that I've read so far, I read Last Shot, I read Thrawn, I read Bloodline, and I'm almost done with Ahsoka, which I've really enjoyed so far. But eventually I will get around to reading Alliances, and then jump on over to Treason. But I'm not a speed reader, man. What's up, Sean? Good to see ya. You're gonna love Master and Apprentice. Yeah, that's definitely on my list. I need to do that. Lost Stars are probably the next two ones that I'm gonna read. But yeah, yeah, I'm not a speed reader. I mean, like I read half of Bloodline on like half of a flight, and I read half of Ahsoka on the tail end of the flight. It was like a 3-hour flight, and that's the most I've read in one sitting in a very, very long time. I usually just like read a chapter in bed right before I go to sleep, but that's maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I don't know. I don't know why. But yeah, Joe, I appreciate that support this evening. Grant Guthrie, good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support this evening and earlier today as well. Tried the Halo novels, Ender's Game, ? Excellent sci-fi books. I read Ender's Game, probably like most of you guys, when I was super young. I'm trying to think if it might have been actually like required reading or for an English class that I had in middle school. I kind of feel like it. Or maybe it wasn't required reading, but it was in this teacher's class. And so, once again, that's the last time I read that. Way long ago, to the point where it's barely even a memory. Never read any Halo novels, Grant. I've never even played a Halo game other than the first ever Halo game on the original Xbox. And even then, I never played the campaign or the single player. I only played couch multiplayer with my friends. And that's the last time I've touched a Halo game. I'm curious, what year did that come out? First Halo game. Boom. That came out 2001. Okay, so is that right? No, is that really right? Did it really come out in 2001, guys? Is that the earliest one? I guess so. Early 2000s, yeah. Okay, interesting. I thought it was a little older than that. So yep, that's the only one I've ever played then. I was, in 2001, I was a sophomore in high school. So yep, that's the only one that I've ever played. Sophomore or? Yeah, sophomore. That's the only one I have ever played in my entire life. So, yeah, Grant, usually when oh, weird. The Master, normally I have the, oh, I never realized that. On this stream overlay, I don't have the song titles up. I need to change this stream overlay immediately. I apologize, man. I always do it like this. Where at the top you can see the now playing. I completely shit the bed and I forgot to put it on this overlay. That is not good. I don't like that. I like giving credit where credit is due. I'm gonna type it in the chat, the Master, and I apologize for not having it up like it should have been. There you go. It's right there, the Master. I appreciate the super chat and channel support, and I apologize for not having it up there like it should have been. But I appreciate that support tonight, Master. So Grant, usually when I read non-Star Wars science fiction books, it tends to be kind of, I don't know, say hard sci-fi or maybe some Arthur C. Clarke stuff. But yeah. I've never touched a Halo book, and Ender's Game is, I mean, it's probably over 2 decades ago for sure. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Grant. Eventually, I need to jump in and play some Halo. I don't know when they're coming out on the PC, but I'll probably play 1 or 2 games when they come out. We'll see. And Carter Lovejoy, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. Did you see that Cats trailer? Spoiler alert! It's horrifying and shit. No, I haven't watched the trailer yet. I've seen people post screenshots and whatnot. I'm kind of intrigued though, to tell you the truth. Like I like musicals. I grew up watching musicals. I grew up watching West Side Story, all that kind of stuff, and so I legitimately want to see this. I don't know anything about Cats. I don't know anything about the musical, but it's one of the biggest musicals of all time, right? So it's got to be good, right? At least the base story, right? There's a reason that it's stuck around for so long. There's a reason that it's always talked about as always the biggest thing that you can see. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I legitimately want to see it. But yeah, maybe I need to watch the trailer, because everything that people are posting about the trailer, like screenshots and shit, it looks weird. It looks trippy. At first, I didn't know if it was CGI or like they're in leotards and makeup. Is it CG? It is. Yeah, it's a little weird. Why go through, if it is CG, why go through that trouble? Like, why? There's no, I don't understand it. Why go through the pain and process of CGing fur onto, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's weird to me. Just, you could put them in a cool, like a costume with a furry, like with fur and with whiskers and stuff like that, and wouldn't it look better than the screenshots that I've seen? Oh well. Oh well. Anyway, Carter, I'll check it out. I'll probably watch it tonight. Go to bed and put it on the TV out of curiosity. But I appreciate that support, man. And the Master, thank you again. I apologize once again for not having it up there. Have you read Master and Apprentice? Yes. Yet. Not yet, Kyle. That is, so I'm currently a little over halfway, done with Ahsoka. And after I read Ahsoka, I'm going to skip, like I normally do, not read a Star Wars book after that, and then read a Star Wars book after that. I usually read a Star Wars book every other book, or I get a little burned out. So Master and Apprentice and Lost Stars are the next 2 ones that I will read at some point. It might take me a year to get through the next book, and then Master and Apprentice, and then the next book, and then Lost Stars, or vice versa. But eventually I will get there. The Master, once again, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate it. Also, it puts more burnout to CG artists. Yeah, it's, unless there's some methods to I'm sure it's easier than, well, I'm not going to say that it's easier than looks. That's stupid. Why did I even think that? It's got, like, yeah, I just don't understand it, Master. There's like certain things, unless they morph, unless like all of a sudden like Taylor Swift morphs into a giant ass cat and whatever, you need the CG and becomes a transformer. Well, I get it, I guess. But when it's just like human actors that are supposed to look like cats, why not? And they don't even really look like cats. They just look like they're wearing leotards and some fur and some whiskers and some Halloween ears. Why CG all that? Why? It just doesn't make sense to me. It just seems like an enormous like waste of energy and money and time. And I don't know, maybe there is some reason to do it that way. Maybe I don't know. It just seems like the kind of thing that would do better with almost like I don't know, just like an 80s practical feel. You know what I mean? Just I'm for whatever reason I'm thinking of like Rocky Horror Picture Show. No CGI in that shit. I'm sure there's somebody in the background wearing a cat leotard and some whiskers. But yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's weird. And like I said, I'm legitimately, I want to see it. I want to see it because I want to see what, you know, I don't know anything about it. I grew up watching musicals. I like musicals. But I don't know anything about this one. I get people giving shit about the CG and stuff like that. But I don't understand people going like, I don't know. I don't know. People giving it shit just for being cats. Like, it's one of the biggest things of all time. Aren't you curious? Aren't you at all curious what the hype is all about? No? No? All right. DGilvids, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Cats was done by Les Mis, 2012 director, who abandoned ADR for... I don't know what that is. Realism? Oh, realism. And they handed complex CG work to this guy, Run. So, abandoned ADR. Like, the audio ADR? Is that what you're talking about? Let me see. Les Mis director. Well, why am I doing that one? Cats. How about Cats director? Or Tom Hooper, is that right? Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, he also... Did he direct The King's Speech? That is one of my favorite movies in the past decade, for sure. Or did he not? He did direct it. Oh, interesting. Huh. Okay. I'm actually a little more curious about this now. If you guys haven't seen The King's Speech, it's fantastic. Really well done. Really well done. Yep, left raw tracks of shrill singing instead of ADRing anything. Huh. I'm sure that was done for effect, you know, to give it a little more realistic in the moment as if you're watching it on stage. Kind of feel. I can understand it from then again, I haven't seen it. I can understand it though, like conceptually, to make it maybe true to life, a stage performance. But that's interesting. I'm sure, yeah, most movies with singing and dancing and stuff like that definitely do not allow the final product to be what's heard on like on the raw film, right? Interesting. Who abandoned ADR for realism and they handed complex CG work to this guy, Run. I'm very, very curious, D-Gill. Cats post-production. Yeah, well, let's see. Okay. La La Land. All right. I'm just looking at... Skip this ad. Of course I want to skip this ad. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm looking at the trailer right now. I haven't watched this yet. This is the first time I've seen it. Oh, I see, I guess. Okay. I think the screenshots make it look worse than it is. It's still... I mean, I guess, okay. I guess I get it. They're all smaller. I guess I get it. It just seems like, I don't know. It might as well be an animated movie, right? Interesting. Was that Carson Daly? No, that wasn't Carson Daly, was it? No. No way. Was it? Let me see. No. Huh. Anyway. Weird. I am curious, though. I am curious. We'll see. We'll see. But I appreciate that, D-Gill Vids. I appreciate that, man. You've piqued my interest, honestly, with, I did not know the same director directed, The King's Speech. And once again, if you guys haven't seen the King's Speech, it is goddamn fantastic. Fantastic. D-Gill, once again, I can't speak tonight. Amblin was actually planning an animated Cats. Really? I mean, I understand. Let's see, Amblin, Cats. Spielberg is producing the upcoming Cats. Okay, so interesting. See, I guess that would almost. Well, I don't know. If you're gonna have it be a musical, I understand. You know, there's been a lot of animated song and dance movies. Obviously, a ton, like most Disney movies are that, animated Disney movies at least. So it would make sense to do it that way if Amblin was going to be doing it that way. But so I understand like the star power of something like this. I understand putting these monumental worldwide stars in cat costumes digitally and making them sing. I get it. And I'm sure it's going to do really well. But yeah, I mean, it's almost like an animated film, really. I'm sure most of the backgrounds and stuff like that, at least they looked to be practical. But goddamn, shit's so good nowadays. It's gonna be one of those things where the characters are gonna stand out so much here and there, I'm sure, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still kind of intrigued. Like I said, this musical has stood the test of time for quite a while, and it's been one of the biggest things on Broadway for quite a while. So I'm for sure gonna see it when it comes out. But out of curiosity, and you know, I like musicals, so I grew up watching them, like I said. Darshan, thank you for the super chat and channel support, man. Top Gun Maverick collaborated with the Navy a ton. I heard that. I listened to I think it was Tom Cruise on Conan is where I heard this. But yeah, he said they collaborated with the Navy a lot and kind of trained with pilots, and then Tom Cruise talked about having to train pilots to understand cinematography in a way. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, there's no doubt about it, man. I'm very, very, very excited, almost more than the movie, to see some kind of behind-the-scenes stuff in Maverick, because, you know, as a Navy guy, I want to see. I love seeing that kind of shit. But yeah, dude, I'm extremely pumped for that movie. And I didn't think I was gonna be. When it was first announced that they were gonna make a Top Gun sequel, I was like, what? Why? Why is everything getting remade and getting a sequel? Why? And then cut to months later, I watch a trailer and I'm like, fuck yes, I'm 100% on board. Let's kick the tires, light the fires, and let's get it. So yeah, I'm 100% on board, man. 100% on board. This just for whatever reason, Sean, this reminded me. Navy cook carrier. There's a video that I recently watched. Well, if anybody's curious, I always like. There's a few videos like this out there that just kind of, you know, somebody's on a ship with Navy guys, and I don't know. I like watching this kind of stuff, you know. But you might get a kick out of it. It's like 20 minutes long. I guess he's a chef. I've never heard of him. And he goes on board of a carrier for 24 hours, working in the galley. But anyway, Sean, I appreciate that, man. I'm pretty goddamn pumped up. Love your vids, man. What are you most excited for the Rise of Skywalker? You may have already said it, Brandon. I'm sure I've said it at some point, but I really don't know, man. I think it's just the mystery of going into a new Star Wars movie. There's nothing particular that I'm most excited for. You know, nothing necessarily needs to happen. I'm not going in with kind of a predetermined expectations of how things are going to go. I'm just always excited to walk in with a complete blank slate, a complete mystery as to what's going to happen. This is the movie, guys. This is the movie to go completely off the grid. I do it with every saga film. I've done it with Force Awakens. I did it with The Last Jedi. About 3 days before the movie comes out, I go dark. I don't do any social media. And if I do social media, I don't check comments. I don't read any comments. I turn everything off and I just post, or I'll make videos, but I don't read any comments. And basically I don't check anything. This is the movie to do that with. Do not fuck yourself and have be scrolling through Twitter the day before it comes out and not realize that it just came out in Australia or something. You know what I mean? And then see a spoiler, because this is the movie that you don't want that to happen with. You can afford a few days off of social media. What's up, Andy? Good to see you, man. D Gill vids. Oh, what did you say? I saw something about a Nimitz. Maybe I imagined that. I don't see it up here. Did I really imagine that? Oh no, there it is. The military nerd in me is curious if they're going to use a Nimitz or the new Ford class. Yeah, I really don't know. I'm sure we could probably. I don't know. I didn't really pay much attention to the actual ships or anything like that in the trailer. I'm sure somebody's already dissected it. D Gil Vids, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Would you want a third Tron, same director as TG2? Did I see this? I don't know if I don't remember. Oh, I read it as, okay, I read it as Tron 2. I wasn't thinking that you said, or Top Gun 2. I wasn't thinking. You know, I don't even know if I saw I'm pretty sure I saw the latest Tron. I think I did. I'm not the biggest Tron fan. You know, I think I got into the party late. The first time I ever saw it, I think I was in college in 2006. I think that's the first time that I ever saw Tron, I think. And you know, I understand why people love it. The guys that I watched it with, they grew up with it and they wanted to show it to me. I get why it would be people's favorite. I get it. But I don't. It didn't hit me. I think I was a little too old, and it didn't. You know, I've seen movies that kind of ramp up that kind of technological fantasy. I don't know what you would call it. But yeah, I'm a bad person to ask if I want a third Tron, because I don't have much interest in it. I'm sure eventually I would see it, but you know, I'm not a very big Tron fan. I'm trying to even think when the second one came out. Let me see. What is it called? Legacies? Tron? Yeah, Legacy. Tron Legacy. 2010. Almost 10 years ago. Wow. Jeff Bridges. If I did see it, I don't remember a single thing about it. Yeah, I don't remember a single thing about it. Maybe I would, but if I was more of a Tron fan, but anyway. D. Gill, I appreciate that super chat tonight and channel support. Yeah, I guess I just never really been that into Tron. I don't know. Don't know why. And Joseph Brown, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I know a Joseph Brown. I know a Joe Brown. Let me go to your There's no way you're the same Joe Brown. Let's see. There's no way. Not a chance in hell. Nah, there's no way. There's no way. You weren't in the Navy, right? Joe Brown? I know a Joe Brown. Joe Brown, Joseph Brown, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. May the force be with you. May the force be with you as well, Joe. I appreciate that channel support tonight and the kind words and words of wisdom and words of encouragement. May the force be with you as well. Once again, man, thank you so much. And if you are the Joe Brown that I'm thinking of, it's good to see you, but the odds of you being the Joe Brown that I know is nearly impossible. Nearly impossible. Hey man, are you excited for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I am more excited for that than The Rise of Skywalker. Luke, yes, I'm extremely excited. We're gonna go see it Friday night. Me and my wife, my parents are gonna watch our daughter, and we're gonna go see the movie and get some dinner. The last time we went to the movie theater was when Solo came out. That's the last time we've been to the theater, so it'll be nice to kind of have a date night. It's been a while. Yeah, we just, having a kid, it's kind of difficult to find the time to go see a movie unless you have a long babysitter. But yeah. What was the chef service like in the Navy? I know someone who wants to be a Navy chef. The food was surprisingly good, man. I mean, it's CS's the culinary specialists, they're called. They definitely get a lot of respect from the guys in the Navy. I don't think the public respects them enough and doesn't understand their importance on the ships. They're one of the most important components on the ship. Important for morale, important for everything, CSs deserve a lot of respect. And it seems like the public is just, they're cooks. Well, yeah. They feed every single soul on that boat. No, the food was surprisingly good, and I always enjoyed breakfast. Hash browns and eggs, and there was like an omelet station, and or like usually a third class or a seaman would be whipping up some omelets for everybody. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know anything about the rate. I don't know like where A school is for a CS, if there is one. I don't really know, but yeah, food in the Navy was pretty good. At least while you're out to sea for the first few weeks, and then there comes a point where food's kind of getting low, and you start eating a lot of rice and steamed chicken, and you get that a lot. And then you just end up loving hot sauce because you put hot sauce on everything. And then when that starts running slim, you start getting grilled cheese every night. And then you pull into port. Everybody forms a train and heave-hose boxes all the way to the fridge. And you're back to having all the goodies. But yeah, anyway. Fun times. Pry, good to see you once again, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. What do you think of the new upcoming Dark Crystal Netflix show? The puppetry and VFX work reminds me of New Age Star Wars film. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen anything on it. Let's see. Have they released anything? Oh, 3 days ago, a trailer. Interesting. So, oh wow, Mark Hamill's in it. I don't really know much about the remake whatsoever, Pry. I vaguely remember. I pretty much remember the bird-looking creature. When you watch stuff as a kid, and then you see it as an adult, and you go, "Whoa, I remember that. How the fuck do I remember that? Wow, that looks so familiar." That's what Dark Crystal is for me. I look at it and I'm like, whoa, it's just like a punch of nostalgia, but you don't know where it came from, right? You go, What the hell? I remember all this, but you don't know why. And you don't remember watching it, but you know you did. It's weird. So, no, I haven't. I knew they were making something. I did not even know it was on Netflix. But I'm intrigued now. I didn't know they came out with a trailer. Is the first trailer 3 days ago? Was that May 30th? Oh, that's a teaser. The first teaser, May 30th. Okay. Huh. Ah, okay. Is it a show or a movie? Let's see. Canceled sequel, prequel series. May 2017, it was announced that the Jim Henson Company, in association with Netflix, would produce a prequel series titled The Dark... Okay, so it's a series. Interesting. There will be 10 episodes, and the series will explore the world created for the original film. On May 21st, it was announced that the series will premiere on August 30th, 2019. Nice. So yeah, I'll definitely give that a shot for sure. It's just crazy looking at these pictures and just getting hit with a flood of like just kind of movie nostalgia and not really knowing where it came from. You know what I mean? There was a point like maybe 5 years ago where I completely forgot about that dinosaurs show. Some of you guys might remember Dinosaurs. Is that what it was called? Dinosaurs? I'm the Baby You Gotta Love Me. Yeah, Dinosaurs. So there was a point, maybe like closer to 10 years ago, where I saw a picture of the dinosaur, the baby character, and I was like, whoa. It was that same kind of feeling where I was like, what the fuck? Why? I remember all this. It's all flooding back. It's this thing that I completely forgot existed. All of a sudden, it was unlocked in my brain, and just a flood of memories started coming where I used to watch it, and it was like it's weird. And that's kind of this dark crystal thing is going on in my brain right now. It's interesting. Sapity, thank you for the super chat and channel support, man. I greatly appreciate that. Sapity says, thoughts on the recently revealed TIE dagger? Seems a bit lazy design-wise. Also, will you be signing the physical copies of your book? To answer the second part of your question, well, the thing is, you know, I don't have anything to do with it manufacturing-wise, so I never have it physically in my hand, Sapity. Amazon sells it. It's Amazon self-publishing. Maybe you've heard me say this before. If you have, I apologize. But it's Amazon self-publishing. So all I do is upload the manuscript. I upload the audio files for the audiobook. I upload the cover design and all that stuff. And then Amazon puts it up for sale. And then they manufacture it and they ship it. And I get a cut. So yeah, so the only way that I could actually physically sign a copy would be like if there was some kind of in-person thing, if I was at a future celebration, if I was somewhere, or if I end up getting a PO box in the distant future. I don't really have any plans to do that, you know. But as far as the TIE dagger goes, you know, I like the design. I usually hold, unless there's been more information about it, I usually, you know, subtle design changes like that. I mean, you look at the Interceptor, the bombers, they're all very similar to one another. I guess you could call them, I don't know, if maybe lazies. Maybe that's how you see it. I don't know if I necessarily see it as lazy. There's all sorts of different aircraft variations. In the real world, you know, different types of aircraft, different very subtle changes to the same aircraft even. I guess that's how my brain rationalizes it in a way. But no, I kind of dig the design. I don't really necessarily know what they're going to be doing. But usually Sapity, when something like this gets shown, or the Sith Troopers even, you know, I look at it and I go, oh, one sec. All right. Okay. Sorry. Speaking of freelance, Caleb. Yeah, usually when something like this gets shown, like the Sith Trooper even, I usually go, oh, that looks cool, and I don't really think about it until I see it in the movie, you know? Just because it's a picture of something new, and as exciting as that is, I don't really get that much of a big jolt of hype or enthusiasm just from it. I want to see it in the movie, you know what I mean? As much as what I do like seeing is creature design. I like seeing like behind the scenes creature design stuff before movies come out. Just that's kind of what gets me hyped. I go, haha, that looks cool. You know what I mean? But variations on military equipment, you know, it's neat. But it doesn't get me hyped, I guess. But anyway, Sapity, I appreciate the hell out of that super chat and channel support tonight. And I hope you're doing well. Goddamn, water's good. Caleb, thank you so much for the super chat and the channel support as well. I was about to hop off, and all of a sudden, Caleb, Cole, and Robin come shooting in at the last second. I appreciate it, guys. Caleb, thank you so much. What is your freelance work like? So I take projects when I can. I take photos. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but I do a little bit of everything. I'll do some logo design. I'll do some web stuff here and there. I'll do photography projects, and I pick them up. You know, I have some clients that contact me whenever they need some stuff, and it's usually maybe once a month, once every other month for these particular clients, and it's just kind of a good like relationship, Caleb. I don't try to kill myself with too much. I take on as much as I possibly can, while doing the channel, while taking care of my daughter, and I'm constantly busy, and sometimes I find myself stressing out a little bit because I'll take on a photography project and then another project, and I'll be like, oh shit. And then I want to keep Greedo up too. I got to keep Greedo up, and then I got to watch my daughter for, 9 hours a day, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't have any time for anything. Set my alarm for 4:15 this morning. But it's good. I like it, Caleb. I like it. I just kind of got lucky, I've been just kind of all who you know, right? All who you know. But anyway, Caleb, I appreciate the hell out of that support tonight, man. And Cole Schreiber, good to see you. Just got back from a fly fishing trip in Cuba. What? What? How are you always doing cool shit? If you guys, most of you guys are on these streams all the time, and I feel like every single time Cole hops on a stream, he's like, oh, I just shot a fucking bear. No, I'm just kidding. He's never done that. But like fly fishing in Cuba and rock climbing and doing all this cool shit. You live a life of adventure. And everybody should emulate you, Cole, for sure. Following your path. No question about it. That sounds exciting. I hope you had a blast, man. I got a buddy who went down to Cuba before the floodgates opened of tourism. And him and his wife went down there for that reason, They kind of had to do a roundabout trip before all that opened up. And I'm curious how it is now. I'm curious if it's changed a lot than it used to, or if there's still a lot of government restrictions preventing it from becoming another McDonald's. You know what I mean? But I'm glad you had fun, man. I was down in Cuba in 2011. I was down in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Not for long. It was kind of one of our last stops on the way home from a deployment. But that sounds pretty incredible. Yeah, I would love to know some details, man. For sure. Let me one sec. Wait, do I not have you on? Do I not? Do you? I could have swore I had you on Twitter. Do you not have a Twitter? I feel like we've corresponded before on Twitter. Maybe I'm getting confused. Post your username. Oh, nice. There you go, Cole. Do I have you on there? I'm pretty sure I do, right? Well, there's more Cole Shrivers than I expected. Okay, here we go. One sec, guys. I'm gonna add Cole here. Crombopolis? Nice. Frozen pizza and cheap beer. Nice, man. Look forward to seeing the pics. I appreciate that support tonight, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Robin, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. I'm broke now, so I can't do this much, but I bought my car. Nice. Currently waiting. Writing a episode called Simple Complexity, publishing a collection of poetry. Any tips? Oh, nice. Are you? Oh my God, I burped on a live stream. How embarrassing. I don't care. Are you self-publishing it, or are you publishing it through somebody? That's exciting, man. That's extremely exciting. Any tips? God, if you are self-publishing and if you haven't looked into it yet, it's incredibly easy. It is so easy that if anybody has ever thought about writing something, a book, I don't know, a memoir, a book of lyrics, a book of poetry, like Robin's talking about, there is no reason you shouldn't. It is so goddamn easy. You just upload it to Amazon and they take care of everything. But yeah. But congrats on the car, man. Any tips? Golly. Man. Book of poetry. I really don't know. I'm trying to think. I was gonna say keep it. I don't even know. Like you must have a shitload of poems to be able to. Well, self-publishing, I just don't know how to start. It's an album EP, not an episode. Oh. Gotcha. Gotcha. That's exciting. When you finish recording it, or if you whenever you get to recording it, definitely shoot it to the chat for sure. But the collection of poetry, so you're self-publishing it. If you haven't looked into it, just look up Amazon KDP. Just Google Amazon KDP and sign in through your Amazon account. It's very self-explanatory, and trust me, if I'm saying that, I'm a dummy. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out. You literally just format. Well, also they have collection of 50 poems. Oh, that's awesome. That's real. That'll do. I mean, I don't know how you want to set it up, but my book, I believe, is 5 by 8 or 5.5 by 8.5 inches, something like that. And so, Robin, you can Google Amazon KDP templates. You can download that. Or Google Amazon KDP templates. You can pick the size that you want the book to be in and all that kind of stuff, and you download their pre-formatted template, a Word document, and you just start typing, and you can manipulate it like anything. But once you're done with that, you just save it, and you literally upload it to Amazon KDP, and boom, you have a book that's ready to print. You just upload your cover art like it's Zazzle, like it's Cafe Press, like it's TeePublic, and you just upload it, and Amazon makes it. And what's really cool, Robin, is sorry guys, man. What's really cool is you can order a what's it called? A review copy, a proof copy. You can order a proof copy, Robin. And I think it's like $3 to order it. And if you're a Prime member, I'm pretty sure it's free shipping. I ordered mine a couple months ago, a proof copy. I think it was something like that. It was like $4 or $5. And I had a copy of my book in my hand. And you can just do that just indefinitely. And just continuously just like print proof copies until you get it right, or print one and then make the changes you wanted to make and upload it, and then you can order author copies, and they're super cheap too. But yeah, best of luck. If you have any questions, let me know. It's really easy once you get rolling with it. I would spend a little time tonight just looking at Amazon KDP out of curiosity, and I think once you get on there and you kind of look on how the site's structured and all that, I think you'll get it. I think you'll get it. But I appreciate that support tonight, Robin. And Pry coming in with the last super chat and channel support of the evening. I greatly appreciate that, man. What movie are you most excited for 2019 wise, and why is it Cats? Well, I know you're being silly. Obviously, Rise of Skywalker is my number one, but I'm not gonna lie, I want to see Cats. Like I said earlier, there's a reason it's one of the biggest musicals, biggest Broadway performances ever, right? There's a reason why it's been around for so long, why I'm sure it's always still sold out, why it's off Broadway, on Broadway, why it's everywhere. There's a reason. And as goofy as the trailer may seem, as unnecessary as the CGI may seem, there's gotta be a reason why it's been around for so long and so big. And I'm excited to see it. Don't discount it. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Pry. Yeah, it does come out the same day as The Rise of Skywalker, doesn't it? I wonder if Amazon publishes comic books. You could absolutely publish a graphic novel, Flinthoff. 100% you could. Look into it. You absolutely can do that. Now, I don't know if you can... You have to look at the different formatting of books. You can print paperback books. I believe you can print, like... not necessarily comic book material, but like paper material. But you could absolutely print a graphic novel in just a paperback book, No question about it. But, all right, guys, I got to get going. I planned on going for 30 minutes. It is now 55 minutes in. I appreciate the hell out of everybody tuning in tonight and hanging out with me for almost an hour. Listening to some tunes, talking about cats. But yeah, look into it, Vlinhoff, for sure. I guarantee if you Google like Amazon KDP graphic novel or Amazon KDP comic book, I'm sure people have made YouTube videos about it. I'm sure people have talked about it before. So definitely look into it for sure. But all right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me run down the list. Pride, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Robin, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Cole, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Caleb, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Sapity, thank you for the super chat and channel support. D Gil Vids, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Joseph Brown, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Darth Sean, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Good to see you, man. The Master, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Carter Lovejoy, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Grant Guthrie, thank you for the super chat and channel support. And Joey Farrell, thank you for the super chat and channel support. All right, guys. I will be back tomorrow for some more streaming. Probably won't get a video up tomorrow. A lot of stuff to do, but you know how it goes. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you when I see you. Cool? Cool. See ya.